Alarming revelation. Soaring viral levels detected in the U.S. water supply. Take a look. COVID-19 detection in the United States wastewater. 6 different levels of severity. Let me know in the comments. Have you been sick and you can't seem to get over it? Or does it seem like everyone around you is getting sick? If so, it is not your imagination. It's actually taking place. I'm going to be covering for you the data coming out on this. This came out from the CDC December 6th of 2023, and I put together a list. I'm going to go through each and every single state so you know the severity that is being reported in every single state across the nation. And take a look. CDC Christmas wish list granted. Nationwide data reveals surging levels of the newest COVID strain in the water supply. And take a look. I double-checked this at the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, the CDC's official COVID tracker website, and you can see it is being detected in the wastewater surveillance. You can see the metric charts. You can see the data. You can see the maps here breaking down where COVID-19 is spreading rapidly. So if you feel like you're getting sick and everybody around you is getting sick, it's not your imagination. This is taking place right now. And take a look at this. In California, county urges residents to start wearing masks again as COVID-19 and RSV level spikes. This just coming out yesterday. And this is coming in addition to me already letting people know that we've received warnings about Disease X, everything we need to know about the next pandemic, they're saying, which could be hitting very soon. This is a once-in-a-generation pandemic that we've experienced with COVID-19. However, they're saying the next one could be coming right around the corner sooner than people expect. And a lot of people concerned with the white lung syndrome that we saw in China. They said they had it contained, but we're seeing this pop up in different places around the world and in the United States as well, as it is hitting our children. So I'm going to get you caught up on the latest. All these articles are cited in the description and cover for you the list of information they're saying where COVID-19 is spreading, and it is happening rapidly. So let's go ahead and dive into the details, get you caught up on the latest. But before we do me a quick favor. If you appreciate the updates, don't forget, smash the like button for me. Just takes a second. If you want to stay up to date, hit the subscribe button, turn on that notification bell. And if you want to stay updated outside of social media platforms, in case social media platforms go down and warnings we've heard from cyber attacks, be sure to join me at steveramnews.com. There's going to be a newsletter going out keeping you updated regardless of what happens with social media platforms. But with that being said, let's go ahead and dive right in. All right, so I'm going to be sharing with you the map and the list of all the states and their level of severity here in just a second. But first, link in the description below to this article that's going to give us a little bit more information. California County urges residents to wear masks again as COVID-19 and RSV level spikes. And it reads, health officials in one of Northern California's counties are once again urging residents to mask up and get vaccinated. The advisory released Wednesday by Yolo County Public Health comes amid data that shows that the high levels of COVID-19 virus, it is in the wastewater. So again, just to clarify, this is going into the water. They're testing it and they're detecting that this is spiking. High levels of respiratory syncytial virus, RSV, are also being detected. As CBS 13 reported on Tuesday, COVID-19 cases have been climbing again in Northern California, with hospitalizations also increasing. A new, possibly more contagious COVID variant labeled JN.1 is the likely driver behind the spike. I recommend that everybody in the community take steps to protect themselves from infections, including wearing high-quality masks when indoors around others, said Yolo County Public Health Officer Dr. Amy Sisson in a statement on Wednesday. Yolo was one of several Northern California counties identified by the U.S. Center for Disease Control and Prevention in last week's data showing the highest levels of COVID-19 hospitalizations across the state. Coupled with Sacramento, El Dorado, Placer, and Yolo, the region has 246 hospital admissions. UC Davis researchers have been at the forefront of tracking COVID-19 since the start of the pandemic by testing the city's wastewater treatment plant. Now, let's take a look at the map that was assembled here, and I'm going to be covering for you the 6 different levels of severity. This is coming from the CDC's information that was released, and also their 6 levels include minimal, which has 1 state, low, which has 3 states, moderate, which has 6 states, high, which has 13 states, and then severe, where they're detecting in the wastewater. There is a lot of COVID-19 spread in these states, 21 different states, and there are also 6 states where there is no data or information that currently is provided, so these could be severe, they could be minimal, we just don't have information on them. So right now, the minimal, there is 1 state in the minimal section, and that is Oregon. For low, we've got 3 states, and those 3 states are Georgia, South Carolina, and Washington. Moderate, there are 6 states, and the 6 states are Alaska, Colorado, Minnesota, Kentucky, Delaware, and Hawaii. Now, for states with high levels of detection, there are 13 states, and those include Texas, Arizona, California, Nevada, Idaho, Pennsylvania, New York, New Hampshire, Massachusetts, Maryland, Washington, D.C., Arkansas, and Rhode Island. And California is on the high. It is not in the severe, and that is the one that we saw in the article that we just read, where they said that they needed to reinforce masks, encouraging people to mask up yet again. And again, those 13 states are Texas, Arizona, California, Nevada, Idaho, Pennsylvania, New York, New Hampshire, Massachusetts, Maryland, Washington, D.C., Arkansas, and Rhode Island. And for states where they are detecting severe spread of the virus at this time, there are 21 states, and those states are Florida, Alabama, Tennessee, North Carolina, Virginia, West Virginia, New Jersey, Maine, Vermont, Montana, Utah, Kansas, Nebraska, South Dakota, Iowa, Missouri, Wisconsin, Illinois, Michigan, Indiana, and Ohio. And again, those are Florida, Alabama, Tennessee, North Carolina, Virginia, West Virginia, New Jersey, Maine, Vermont, Montana, Utah, Kansas, Nebraska, South Dakota, Iowa, Missouri, Wisconsin, Illinois, Michigan, Indiana, Ohio, and for the 6 states that we currently have no information on, no data, those include Louisiana, New Mexico, Oklahoma, Mississippi, Wyoming, North Dakota, and Connecticut. And again, those are Louisiana, New Mexico, Oklahoma, Mississippi, Wyoming, North Dakota, and Connecticut. Now, let me know your thoughts on this, that this is actually in the wastewater. Could this infiltrate into the soil? What about the spread of animals? There are a lot of people saying, well, this is the wastewater. It is not in the actual water, but could this cause further problems? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Now, in addition to that, a lot of people are concerned about disease X and the white lung syndrome, which we've been hearing quite a bit about lately. That is hitting a lot of young children and elderly. And this, we heard originally, was just a mysterious pneumonia that was contained to China. However, we're now seeing this exact same thing happen in nations around the world, and it is popping up in the United States. Now, take a look. This coming out just earlier this month. Separate outbreaks of pneumonia in children have cropped up in the United States, China, and Europe, but public health experts say the uptick in cases is not caused by a novel pathogen. Let me know your thoughts. Experts say a pneumonia outbreak among children in the state of Ohio in the United States and a cluster of pneumonia cases in China, they are unrelated, despite some social media posts and tabloid articles that have ambiguously linked the two. The unusual respiratory pathogens are making their rounds this cold and flu season, yet the specter of the pandemic has left many on alert for the next novel agent. I understand outbreaks in China can make people nervous, but this is not that, said Paul Affitt, an infectious disease physician at the Children's Hospital in Philadelphia. Although another global illness may emerge in the future, the current pneumonia reports are nothing to worry about, he added. He says these are just everyday pathogens that normally increase during the winter, having a somewhat early and very assertive increase at the present time. But many people are still concerned, as many seem to be getting sick right now, and the question is, can we trust the word from the experts? Many people don't trust what has been said in the past as a result of what happened with the last pandemic. Now, as more information comes out on these, I'll be sure to keep you up to date, but to get the latest on them, be sure to check out these videos right here next as I cover it in detail for you. And like I said, as more comes out, I'll be sure to keep you up to date here on the channel. And if you want to check out those websites, they are linked in the description below, and I'll catch you in the next video. But with that being said, you guys, thank you so much for joining me. Catch you in the next one. Take care. God bless. This is Steve.